Hey, what's up, and welcome back to Crypto DJ Zoe. Got a lot of stuff I'm excited to talk about today. Um, as you can see from the thumbnail, we're going to talk about Inspect today. But there's one thing about Inspect that I haven't seen anybody talk about yet. A lot of people's talking about what it does, but now not how it does it and how it works is one main component that I haven't seen anybody talk about. But we're going to get to that in a minute. Looking at the Bitcoin price, of course, it's around $43,000. It's dropped a lot since the ETF news and the ETF was launched, and I know a lot of people are like bearish about that. And here we go back with people saying it's going to drop to 12,000 and all this kind of stuff. There's no way I see that happening. I don't have what they call it, the crystal ball to tell you exactly what's going to happen, but I don't see that happening. So it's just normal market behavior. It's gonna go up and down. I'm not worried about it. As I say every stream, I am only worried about the long term. But we got a lot of bullish news today that I want to talk about, and of course, we'll answer some questions later. If you guys have some questions, anything you guys want to know, learn about, projects you want me to look at. But one thing I'm bullish on everything, and I'm going to talk about today. Of course, that's why I'm talking about it. But one thing I'm bullish on is that I saw that I was about to say crypto.com, not crypto.com, but OKX just secured a Dubai license to target retail investors. OKX, an article says Dubai on January 16th. OKX, one of the world's largest cryptocurrency exchanges, has been granted a regulatory license in Dubai that will allow it to offer crypto services to retail clients, the company said on Tuesday. And as you know, there's a lot of money in Dubai. And some things I'm going to talk about on this channel and in the Patreon later, especially before the channel, about a lot of projects that are launching out of Dubai that are specifically made in Dubai, like their headquarters are there. The teams are from Dubai. And one of the particular projects, I know that their highness, as they call them, is actually bullish on it themselves. That would be the equivalent to our president, talking about a particular crypto project. To have your president behind it is really huge. And there's two projects like that over in Dubai. And, I knew they were going to buy into it regardless because they have a lot of pride and they're going to, pump their projects. But now that OKX has a license to operate in Dubai makes it even more bullish. That means, they automatically have an exchange that they can come on and buy these different projects on, especially, like I said, two in particular that I'm looking at that are being launched out of Dubai. So that's some really bullish news coming from OKX. And OKX is already a really big exchange as it is. So, that's another bullish element that's going on in the crypto space right now. This next piece of news I've somewhat talked about before. Um, um, about Circle, which is the maker of the stablecoin USDC. They applied for the IPO, and this news got out there saying they're really, they have high hopes this year of having laws and regulation around crypto stablecoins this year, because we do need that clarity in the crypto space because everything is so fuzzy right now. We ask for regulation and they act like we don't ask for it, but we ask for it. They don't give it to us. And when they give us regulation, it's fuzzy. So there's a loophole for them to still try to drop the hammer on us like they did a couple of months ago when they were trying to say Solana and Polygon and some other crypto altcoins were securities. And so it made the market drop. It made the price of those coins drop or whatever. So regulation is not clear right now, but Circle claims that they're really bullish about seeing regulation this year in stable coins because as I've told many people, I am only looking to be spending stable coins in the future. I am not bullish at all on bank accounts. As I always say, bank accounts, you put your money in there and then they tell you how much you can spend in that day, how much you can withdraw from the ATM. And then when you try to make a big purchase, they block it or they flag your account for fraud. And then you have to sit there with the decline look on your face when you're in the middle of the mall or wherever you're at trying to make a purchase and your card just got declined and it looks like you don't have the money in the bank. But that's because banks are they're not really trying to let you have your money. I always tell people, I look at banks now as like family barbecue shacks. It's just a family business. Somebody decided, their family decided to start a bank. It doesn't matter if it was 100 years ago, and they just grown. All these banks are just huge family businesses. And when you put your money into those banks, you just allow them to use your money to take out loans and to invest on their behalf. So they're using your money to get richer while they give you 0.5% or whatever mess they give you in savings accounts that we used to all be so excited about in the 90s until now when we found out what really goes on with banks. So seeing regulatory, some regulation and laws around stable coins would be, I think, huge for the space. Because like I said, that's all I'm looking to spend, especially like I talked about the other stream about Tangem having the Visa card where you can spend your crypto off the Visa card connected to your cold wallet or whatever, and you can spend your stable coins, Bitcoin, whatever it is off those wallets. So I'm looking forward to getting regulation around this stuff, so we can stop having all these, people being fearful in the market. But the main thing I want to talk about today, I'm gonna just get right to it, is the fact that um, upon yesterday, Elon Musk and X, formerly Twitter, I still call it Twitter, but Elon Musk and X, formerly Twitter, just received a money transfer license in their 15th state as of yesterday. Now that's not everybody, but it's a significant move. We have 15 states now. Those states include Arizona, Georgia, Iowa, Kansas, Maryland, Michigan, Mississippi, Missouri, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, South Dakota, Utah, Washington, and Wyoming. Now the thing about this money transmitter license. That would, of course, just like what it sounds, allows us to, transmit and transfer money on Twitter as a platform. The license is granted by individual states, so it's not, countrywide yet. It's through those 15 states. So it grants those individual states. I'm sorry, it allows X or Twitter in those individual states to operate as a money services business and carry out cross-border money transfer in those particular states as of now, which are those 15 states. But they're moving pretty fast, and looking forward to them being nationwide very soon, so we can have nationwide adoption of this. And I believe now, I know a lot of people, influencers, have been talking about Inspect, and it is pretty widespread across Twitter. But I believe it caused the price of Inspect to start moving yesterday, along with, like I said, the influencers talking about it. And if you don't know, Inspect is a crypto project that they call themselves the layer two built for X, which is their main focus, but they do work with, or are trying to work with, other social media platforms. But this is big for so many reasons. I'm going to go ahead and explain that now. Like I said, I think it caused the price of Inspect to surge yesterday. It had been sitting near its bottom since launch. It calls itself the layer two built on Twitter. The backers behind this project, and one of the main people who talks about it, one is Alex Becker. I believe Alex Becker and Neo Tokyo are behind this one. Merit Circle, Beam Ventures, Morningstar Ventures, Rare Stone Capital, Maven Capital, and Elon Trades, and also 9gag CEO. And if you're in the crypto space and you don't know 9gag CEO, 9gag CEO, is pretty big in the crypto space. I think he has about 2.5 million to 3 million followers. Very influential person in the space, next to Alex Becker himself. So these guys are the backers behind this project. And I would say you could think of Inspect as like a crypto private investigator or a crypto detective in the Web3 space, for Twitter and other social media platforms. It helps you navigate crypto and NFT projects in the space, because as we know, let's just be honest, like, we love crypto and there's a lot of wealth to be made in the crypto space. But when you're talking about crypto, there are a lot of projects out there that are scams. They're just pump and dumps. They're just, you don't know if these projects are real, especially if you're new to the space. And I think that's where this platform helps out, and NFT projects as well. There's a lot of negative information out there on NFTs, but some of these projects have made it look bad for other NFT projects because they were fake pump and dump scams or whatever. But what Inspect helps you do is find real time data and analytics on whatever crypto project you're looking at, or whatever NFT project you're looking at. See if there's really big influences behind this. See if the devs have had other NFT projects in the past that were scams. So it helps you with real time data and analytics on crypto projects, NFT projects, and helps you analyze market trends and social sentiment around different projects, and as well as influencer activity behind these different projects. The other thing that I like about this is we know Elon has already been trying to make Twitter a money transfer platform, or all encompassing financial platform. So this makes it where you can. Well, I'm gonna get into that probably last. But use Inspect on Twitter or X, they have an extension that you download, and the extension works in conjunction with X. So on X alone, in Inspect, you can check out the market cap of a crypto you're looking at, the price feed of the crypto you're looking at, just like you would look at the charts on CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko. But you can live right on Twitter. You don't have to go to those sites. You can do all this on Twitter, where the influencers are, where your news is. And in Inspect, it will have different news articles and events about the different crypto projects you're looking at. So you can see how they're developing and what they're trying to do with the project, or what they are doing with the project, new partnerships. So you got your price feed, the market cap, news about the project. It explains the project. Probably not as good as Crypto DJ and Zoe, but it explains the project so you can understand them. And if not, you can come to this channel, and I try to break down projects so people can understand them in layman's terms. So it's just not just high tech jargon that goes over your head that you may not understand. Sorry about that. But yeah, and you can also view the contracts on these projects, because sometimes I've called it out with a lot of projects this cycle that look very official. They have great marketing, great websites. The thing that they say they do is like really bullish, and you're like, this is unique. And then next thing you know, they dump the coin and it never recovers. So you can look at these contracts to see if there is any, with Inspect, if there's any loopholes in the contracts. Is it a honeypot? Which means, just like it sounds, there's just money going into that and it's stuck in there. It's a honeypot. It's stuck. Can't get your money out. So you can see all the stuff and review the contracts on there, and just research any crypto project that you're looking at without leaving X. You can check, like I said, check out NFT projects and see. I'm going to get to the comments in a minute, but you can look at these NFT projects and make sure they're legit. But here is well, I will show you. And like I said, they do have before I get to that, they do have a really good a big following on Twitter. This is not scrolling for me right now. Okay, but they do have a. I'm going to do this real quick. They have a big following on Twitter, or X, sorry, of 227,000 followers. A lot of people are very bullish on this project. As you can see, even I always look at the interactions, engagement on the platforms, because a lot of them can have bot followers. But as you can see, there's a lot of engagement on the posts on Inspect. But one thing I also saw is that they partnered with Layer Zero, and Layer Zero hasn't come out yet, but I don't think a lot of people understand what Layer Zero is yet. It makes things omni-chain, which means you can use pretty much any chain. It's the granddaddy of interoperable protocols in the space. So it's integrated with Layer Zero, which means it doesn't matter what blockchain you're interacting with. It's interoperable, and you can use it across any blockchain. But the thing I want to talk about the most, that I haven't seen anybody talk about, a lot of people, they talk about the analytics, and being able to research the projects on X, but not many people are talking about the fact that how you can swap, just like you're on a DEX, you can swap cryptocurrencies on X using Inspect with Inspect. So you can swap out your cryptocurrencies without having to go to a DEX, without having to go to a centralized exchange. You can do everything in Twitter and just live on Twitter, so you can work on Inspect and still be checking out your news feed to see whatever your news you're trying to keep up with crypto projects. But the other thing, along with swapping your cryptocurrencies, you can also onboard your fiat and sell your crypto on Twitter using Expect and using something called Moonpay. I don't know. I know about Moonpay. I don't know how many people know about Moonpay, but Moonpay allows you to be able to buy your crypto and sell your crypto using Moonpay without having to go through a DEX, a centralized exchange, or SEX to buy or sell your crypto. Because you know how during the bull run, things are going fast. There's gas fees. So when you're trying to swap out of cryptos, you have the gas fees you have to deal with. And most of the times you're trying to send it back to a centralized exchange like Coinbase, KuCoin, or whatever. And sometimes the traffic on the exchanges is so busy that you can barely get a transaction through, or the exchanges shut down, or they lock up, or they freeze, or whatever you want to call it. But with the Moonpay, you can relax and be able to buy and sell your cryptocurrency using Inspect through Twitter. So this is really bullish. I remember when Moonpay first came out, a lot of people were excited about it. A lot of people are trying to make other programs like this. I do love Tangent too, and Tangent has it as well, where you can swap or sell and buy your cryptocurrencies on there. And they just had an update the other day to be able to swap cross chain. And so a lot of people are going that route this year, especially using Layer Zero as inspectors using. So it's really bullish for the space. It makes things a whole lot easier because I know I'm living on Twitter like all day trying to check the different news or what's going on in the market. So to be able to buy and sell, like I see a crypto or somebody talking about it on Twitter and I can go right to inspect and buy off there, it makes me really bullish on it. Mitch said, "Bring on that oil money." Yeah, the fact that OKX has that license in Dubai is really bullish. And I have two projects that are they haven't launched yet, but they're coming out and they're from Dubai, and their highness is bullish on it. To like have your president or your leader behind your project is huge, because if the president talks about it, like I mean, that's really huge. Um, Katie said banks are already using Web3 tech for transactions between other banks. Yes, they are. What do they call it? Fast pay, quick pay. I know a couple of banks are using it, and they make up these different names for it, like fast pay, quick pay, rapid pay, and they don't want to say that it's blockchain technology. And a lot of people who are not aware don't know that this is blockchain technology that the banks are already using. So yeah, Ben said all the red states. Yeah, yeah, it's the blue. They're really trying to block crypto right now, even with the SEC votes to go ahead with the Bitcoin ETFs. But we don't want to get too political and all that. But yeah, yeah, I'm bullish on CLS. We got in there early. That's really going to be a big part of the DPIN narrative, which I'm going to talk about more in the future. Probably going to make a dedicated video and a dedicated live stream to talk about DPIN, because I don't want these narratives to run up on people on the channel and then you're not ready for what's going on in the space. DPIN is going to be DPIN as well as modular blockchains, interoperability, AI, and gaming are going to be, I believe, the five biggest narratives, or five of the biggest narratives this cycle. I know a lot of people are big on real world assets that we're getting into, but using GPU not powder, GPU power, computing power, decentralized computing power, decentralized storage,